Peter, can I ask you about the volatility we're looking at now around the geopolitics as we've just had this relief rally? Because it strikes me it's quite different to a credit or liquidity event or even a pandemic where we've got health officials coming up with a response. The market, a lot of investors all along have seen Russia as doing one thing when it's done the opposite. So how hard is it going to be for market participants from here to judge any road towards a diplomatic solution?
Well, there isn't any solution ultimately because Putin's been behaving like this since basically 2014 with Crimea. So the West has merely buried its head in the sand and done very little in practice to obviously recognise the fact that it is very much them and us again, I'm afraid. I'm old enough to remember the original version of that. And that's what this represents. The regime in Russia, and particularly Putin, was there in 1989. He has felt this way. He's written about it extensively for a very long, long time. And we're seeing the consequences. Defence spending will go up as a result. We will have to think about things more laterally in terms of the Russian politicians, I should hasten to add, desire to undermine the West. And where China sits in this remains a challenge. So the whole concept of investing in the nirvana that was priced in, Karen, particularly, again, I will repeat, to the US equity complex, is one that is in the sober light of day was never reality, and I'm afraid is being found out now. So yes, there is a reassessment of those things. One is hoping that obviously we don't escalate upon escalation, but you do have to worry about food price inflation. I think it's probably as big a factor as oil. Wheat harvests in China were terrible. Ukraine and Russia, 25% of wheat exports. These things do matter. And the cost of living crisis, which old-fashioned people like me just call inflation, I'm afraid is stuck on drive for the next few months, moving in now, I'd say, to 2023. And against that, the central banks are taking some action about inflation, and that means tighter monetary conditions all round. Excess liquidity has faded dramatically. That is not the backdrop, and that would be the reason I wasn't that constructive at the start of the year, as you remember when I first was on the show in January. So I'm sorry, I just don't see it this year. It's going to be very difficult. This only adds to those concerns.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.